Hey everyone, it's Krista from Krista Irene Art, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about adding textures and layers on a painting that you're doing, whether it's an art journal page or a canvas painting. There's some fun ways to get started and to create different layers and textures throughout the painting. One of the first things that I like to do that helps add texture to a painting is adding pieces of paper, just randomly overlapping, and then just putting them anywhere you feel like to help you get started with a painting, but also to help create some texture. I use the Mod Podge glue to add my layered pieces onto a painting. I just place it any which way. And your art journal is really a place for you to explore different techniques, have fun, not worry so much about perfection and to really practice not thinking too much, because overthinking will just ruin the fun of it. This is a great start to creating some layers and textures to your painting. And now I'm going to add a little bit of paint over that and then get to the next part of adding layers and texture. Okay, so I added a little bit of unbleached titanium, and a good way to add texture is to add some molding paste. Stick my paintbrush in there, grab it, grab the molding paste. It is white. The molding paste looks a little white, so I'm adding some white to it to mix it up. Got it on the brush. And now I'm just applying it in random spots, adding some texture. I found another piece of an old painting. I'm gonna put it right there. Now that I've dried it and I've got some nice texture and some nice layers going on here and like different things to look at, helps me become creative. The next part of it that I like to use are stencils that I have. I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to use some blue, and I'm going to use a sponge brush. I'm not going to try to make it perfect here. I'm only going to do certain areas. So we've added more texture here. We've got the paint along with the paper. We've got the stencil, and now I'm going to go in with another brush and some white. And I think I want to mess this up a little bit. And I really like this color here, so I'm going to take the teal, add a little more white, and go in again. Not thinking, just loosely. I'm not even holding the brush tightly, just loosely. I'm going to create some shapes with the black. Another way to add texture is to use like one of these palette knives, and you can scratch off, but you can also add on. So I'm going to add on some white. I also have this sprayer, and I can just, it picks some of the paint off, smudges it around. I like the way it makes it look old. And now I feel like drawing a face. I think I'd like to use maybe a yellow. I'm just going to go right in, create a face. I like how this looks. And one of the things I learned is when you think you're done a painting or you're almost done a painting, then you're done the painting. Because if you keep going, you could overdo it. I know that all I'm going to do is touch this nose up and these eyes a little bit. I want to add this, and then I'm stopping. And if this was a painting that was on canvas, I'd stop, I'd leave it for a little while, a couple of weeks, and come back to it and see if I want to add anything to it. But I have overdone many, many paintings by not knowing when to stop. Now when my brain says, oh, I'm almost done, then it's like, you're done. Okay, that's it for touch up on her face. Getting the eye. That's it for the touch up on the face. And again, I'm going to leave this for a couple of weeks. And then if I need to come back to it and do anything, which I doubt I will because this is an art journal page, so really it makes no difference. I'll probably just leave it. But that's it for the black touch up of her face. And I know that I want to go in with a few more sparkles because I ran out of gold and I love gold. So since I don't have gold and I like these sparkles, and I'm going to give you a close-up of this when it's done, but I'm going to add a bit more glue, glitter glue, to this painting. I did kind of want to add a little bit to her face. And I wanted to add a little bit to her hair, but I know that I just put black on there, so I'll just try to get it here. There's lots of texture in this painting because of all the paper underneath, scratching marks, the stencils. And so I'm going to stop here because, again, if I feel like I'm almost done and that pops in my brain, then I know that I am done, because otherwise I just keep going and going and then I end up ruining the painting. I'm going to give you a close-up of this, but this is my art journal page, creating textures and layers. It feels really good to touch this painting. That's what I like, all sorts of textures and shiny bits and matte bits and different things to look at. Thanks for following along, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video on creating textures and layers in a painting. And please subscribe, and I look forward to doing more videos like this. Thanks.